Hey everybody, Spencer Jones here with Jones and Get Fit, bringing you our live cooking show yet again. Another week of another amazing recipe. It's going to be so delicious. Oh my goodness, you won't want to miss this recipe. I can't talk. In the description, in the title of it, there's the word I'm looking for, the title of it, is something that made you drool a little bit, made you even more excited for this episode, and it is fresh salmon. I'm talking fresh salmon. What do I mean by fresh, or how fresh can we get? Let me adjust the camera a little bit here. Whoa, going crazy sideways there. All right, I mean that I caught this salmon by myself in my kayak this past Saturday. Let me turn this light up here so you can see a little bit better. I get that light back working. All right, there we go. So, I caught this salmon this past Saturday at a kayak fishing tournament in Manitowoc, put on by Great Lakes Kayak Fishing Series. Awesome tournament series that travels around the state, fishing different bass lakes and all that, but also we head out to the Great Lakes to fish for salmon to wrap it up. Amazing tournament, awesome. Thank you, Colin, and everybody who put that together. Susie, I knew you were part of that as well. Derek, I think you were, so thank you very much for putting together an amazing event. Loved it. So in any case, fresh salmon. Now, if you are a regular viewer of this show and you've kept track, you've noticed that I made a fish dish last week because a viewer, one of awesomest, best viewers in the world, that's all of you right there, yeah, all of you are awesome, you suggested, hey, can you make a fish dish, something that you just have up there? And last week, I couldn't get out to go fishing to get something to catch a fish that we have just up here. There was a person down in the south requesting it, who didn't have like northern pike or walleye or stuff like that around. So I had to make do with another fish. But we pushed it to this week because, again, salmon. We caught fresh salmon. Look at this. This is just one, a little grass out there, one fillet of the salmon. This is one. I have, do math, it hurts, like 12 portions, like this size, 12 of them from that one fish. So it's a little bit later in the season, right? Some people say, salmon's not that great. It's better for smoking this late season or whatnot. If you get the darker meat, that's better for the grill. Now this is more the whiter meat of a salmon. And they say, oh, you should grill these, or you should, I'm not grill them, you should smoke them. I think that's a great idea, if that's what you like. But we're not gonna grill them. I'm gonna show you a different way to make them. And you can do this with, darker colored salmon, that's awesome, or the lighter meat. Because it's lighter meat, you wanna help firm it up, so you wanna use some lemon juice. You can cut a real lemon on top of it. I think that's awesome. I have one in the refrigerator I could probably take out. We're just gonna put a little bit of lemon juice on it. What that does is that acid helps make it tighter, right? Gets the fibers closer together, and so that it's gonna hold up better when we're cooking it. So we're gonna let that I just took it out of the refrigerator, so we're gonna let that lemon juice soak in for a little bit, and we're gonna prepare our topping for our fresh salmon. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need some olive oil. Well, you know what? Let's get you over here actually first, so you can see all the ingredients. Let me take you off the stand here. We'll get you going rogue. You're going to need, to make this awesome dish, a cookie pan, right? Thing with tinfoil on it, or just any pan, any oven-safe pan. Put tinfoil in it, you're golden. All right, I have a couple different oils here. I have grapeseed oil, which will be used for the squash and sweet potato. We have olive oil. We have spray olive oil. Then we got some dried parsley. What else we got here? We have, get you back over there. Hey, we're back. All right, sorry about that. So we have some paprika, some savory, pepper you can grind up, a little rosemary. We have 2 cloves of garlic chopped up, about a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. We have 1 butternut squash back there, cut it up, the long way, and then just peeled it. And then we have 1 sweet potato all chopped up, peeled and chopped up, and of course our salmon. And you're gonna need some utensils and some more tinfoil for the top. It seems like a lot. It seems like a lot of crazy ingredients for this recipe, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. It's really not that bad. You're gonna get the hang of this. So if you are not an amazing cook, if you struggle cooking, don't worry, you can still make this. First things first, preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Boom, preheat that thing, 400 degrees. We got our salmon, we put a little lemon juice on it. It's soaking up that lemon juice right now, firming up. So now we're creating our sauce, our glaze, or whatever you want to call it for the salmon. A little tastiness for it. All right, we got a small bowl here where you have our olive oil. We're going to put about a tablespoon-ish or so, maybe a little more. Okay, that's about 1.5, 2 tablespoons. Direct measuring, not overly needed for this one. We have that. We're going to put in the majority of our garlic cloves. You can add more, less, whatever you like. I have 2 garlic cloves all ground up. They're rather bigger ones. I'm going to add in like 80% of those, or 75%, something like that, in our little concoction here. And we're going to add almost all of the Parmesan cheese. I'm going to take out like a good size pinch and add the rest. So it's about a 1/4 cup. That's how much I have left in it, right? So I took out and just kept a little bit out. A sprinkle of cayenne pepper to it as well. Just a little sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's it. A little paprika. We'll do like 3 shakes. 2, 3. Okay, I lied. We did 4. There we go. That's it. That's all you're gonna need. Now you could use a fork. You could use other utensils. You can use whatever you want. I'm just gonna use my fingers. I'm just mixing it up here real good, getting that olive juice, olive oil all over it. Oh yes, oh, it's so scrumptious. Parmesan cheese and garlic and cayenne pepper. It's so good. Okay, so the cheese is soaked in the olive oil. That's perfect. All right, we got our pan. Remember your oven's preheated. We got our pan, tin foil. I tilted up the sides. What I'm going to do is, I don't need to rinse off my fingers yet. Use the other hand here. This is what it's all about. All right, we're just gonna spray tin foil a little bit just to help it not stick. We have our beautiful, now lemon-soaked salmon. Again, check out this fillet, folks. Oh yeah, we got like, I forget how many I said, 6 of these, or I'm sorry, 6 off one side. Oh yeah, check out that. We got about 12 of these. We're gonna lay it right down, skin side down. I'm gonna rinse off my hands here real quick. So we're set. A big thank you to my friends who helped fillet it and they help out with all that. And now we're gonna take our concoction of cheese and garlic and seasonings, and we're going to put it all over this salmon. I'm gonna get as much of it out of the bowl as I can. Like that, set that aside. And now I'm just going to cover the salmon. Don't worry, I will show you what it looks like before I throw it in the oven. All right, just trying to get an equal covering here of it all. Beautiful, beautiful. There we go. All right, so here's what it looks like. I'll try holding it so it doesn't slide. It's a little slippery on there. So you can see how much of it's covered, right? It's covered pretty well with the cheese and garlic and all that good stuff. Now I'm going to cover it. I'm going to tilt up these sides just a little bit more. I got it covered here. I'm going to just press it closed. I'm not going to seal it real tight, but I'm going to squish along the ends a little bit. There'll be some openings, and that's okay. You have it on the cookie sheet just in case extra liquid escapes, and it's not going to ruin your oven. And also, cookie sheet helps with that. Tin foil helps with that. It's like extra protection now. It's so cute. You can put this on a grill too if you want. That's totally awesome. 400 degrees, all set, ready to rock and roll. Has some breathing room in there. We're gonna stick it in the oven. It's gonna take about 20 to 25 minutes to cook. You wanna make sure it's cooked all the way through so that it is just perfect, healthy, and delicious for you. So that's the first part of it. All right, that's gonna be the first part of our concoction here that we're making. Right, the best part, the best protein, because it's fresh salmon. Yes. Okay, now for our next one. It comes to combining our vegetable and starch with us, right? So our carb with our veggie. And for me, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, my parents insisted. I grew up that almost every single meal had a protein, a carb, and a vegetable. Maybe a fruit occasionally, like applesauce. But that's it, right? So every meal needed that. if you had a childhood like that, or your parents, or maybe you're still like that, put it in the comments below. I'd love to know if you had a childhood like that. Add it to the comments. I'm curious, because I was raised that way. Protein, so you had a meat of some type, you had carb, potato, something along those lines, and then a vegetable. So that's what we're doing, but we're going to combine it. So we have our pan on the stove top here. We're going to turn that to about a medium heat. We're going to let that heat up just for a little bit here. Now, I have a sweet potato. I diced, what do you call it? Shaved it off already, right? Peeled it, that's what it's called. Peeled and then diced it up. I didn't dice it up too small. They're bite-sized pieces, right? So you can kind of compare sizes. So that's a sweet potato. You can use a regular potato if you want. Whatever you like. Red potatoes are awesome choices, awesome healthy choices. Sweet potatoes, even better yet. Good. And then I have here a squash. This was a butternut squash, right? This is a half of it. Looked like this, right? Oh, look, it's a butternut squash. Oh, yay. All right, so what I did is I cut it the long way, as you could tell. Cut it like this. Whoop. So it's in half. Oh, it's so pretty. And it had all its guts and all the good stuff in there. So I took a spoon, shaved it all out, threw that out. Unless you want to keep the seeds, you can do that and do whatever you want with them, plant them, whatever. And then I peeled it. So I peeled off the sides. You can peel it before you chop it in half. I don't care, but I peeled it nicely. I used a knife as opposed to a peeler, so it got a little bit deeper in it. So we got that, both halves. All peeled, set to rock and roll. What we're going to do is we're going to chop it up. So I'm going to do this pretty quickly here. We got our one side. I'm making it into about the same size pieces as what we had for our sweet potato, so they cook hopefully evenly. That's the goal. Whether that happens or not, who knows? We can always hope, right, folks? And hopefully don't chop off any fingers. Got a little extra. All right. So on this one, we'll do the same. Chop down. I need to sharpen my knives, but that's okay. So I chop the big section into 3 slices, one in the middle, one on each side. And then, I'm going to push this off here so you can see a little bit. I'm just going down, cutting them in about 1/4 inch thick slices. Again, kind of like what I did with the sweet potato. We still got another half there. I did not forget, but our pan's getting hot. And so we want to make sure we're set to go. So I have my grapeseed oil. I'm going to put that in the pan here. Let that, a little bit of, tablespoon and a half. You can use butter if you like. Just don't go crazy with the butter, but that's all right. Try to use the non-salted butter if you do. So I'm just spreading that in the pan. If you're using an oil, try to use one that's going to have a little higher burn consistency. So I would avoid olive oils for this one, but whatever works for you. I just like to avoid those a little bit. So we're going to let the oil heat up. It's almost there, and we're going to be set to rock and roll. As that oil's heating up, we're going to throw in the rest of our garlic. Ooh, it's already sizzling. That's a good sign. That's what we want every time we put something in it. We're going to use, we'll use a spatula for our first one. Just let that, that garlic's cooking. It smells so good already. Love it. Okay, we're going to throw our sweet potatoes in. They're going to take a little time to cook. Same with the squash, right? You have about 20-25 minutes with that, splashed up on me, with that salmon. So you have a little bit of time here. It helps if you prep the sweet potato and squash beforehand. Tip, because otherwise you might not have enough time. Ooh, burns. All right, so we got our sweet potato in there. Should really run cold water on that. But no time. It's a live cooking show. We're gonna map. We're gonna be strong enough. All right, so we're adding our squash and sweet potato. This is like the essential fall vegetable episode or fall cooking show right here. I know I said it was last week, but let's be honest. This one's even more so. Sweet potatoes, fall vegetable. Squash. You can see our pan's filling up here. It has 2 beautiful orange colors to it. So let me spin it around here, and I'll bring you over to check it out. How beautiful this looks. Oh yeah. Delicious. Alright, probably switch my wooden spoon here in a little bit. That's alright. We'll bring you over so you can check out how beautiful this looks. Oh yeah. Look at how gorgeous that is. So you have your squash, the more yellow ones. You got your sweet potato, the more orange ones. I don't know how easy it is to see on there, but I see it. If you have questions or you're curious about something, add it to the comments. I'm not sure if I can see them yet. If I do, I'll answer. If not, I'll answer them afterwards. I apologize I couldn't answer them during the show. We'll make sure we can see what's going on over there. So our squash and our sweet potatoes are cooking. We're going to add a little bit more fun to this. We are going to add a little bit of rosemary. This is dried rosemary. You don't need a lot of this stuff. So a good pinch will go pretty far. It's a good pinch. Yeah, put that in there. Smells amazing. We're going to add just a little bit of savory to it. Again, good pinch. 2 pinches. There we go. It's going to help bring out that earthiness of the vegetables and the starch, right? The sweet potato and the squash already. Add just a little bit of parsley. You don't need to, but I like to. I should have added some of this to the salmon, to be perfectly honest. You should have added a little parsley to salmon. I forgot. It's not the end of the world. It helped, but again, not the end of the world. It's always a live cooking show. So we got this on a medium heat, and the goal of this is not necessarily to brown up the vegetables, but to help them get softer. So you want to keep stirring them. You don't have to be super consistent about it, but you just want to make sure you keep that heat going, and you're stirring them, making sure they don't burn. Once this gets going here a little bit, I drop one. That's what happens. Like it's crazy. I'll stir that over here. There we go. So you can add a little water. We'll do that to steam them really quick as well. That'll help cook them down and get them softer a little faster. But it's still gonna be, they'll be crispy because we'll leave them in there a little bit afterwards. All right. So as these things are cooking up, let's talk real quickly about going after your goals, right? Going after things you want in life. We all struggle at times. I don't know if you're following, hopefully you're following the Jones and Get Fit page, right? The like page on Facebook. I appreciate it if you do. Thank you. You'll notice a theme running this week especially, but it runs throughout everything. It's goals. So set a goal. Set something that's going to push you. Something that's going to motivate you, right? So something that's going to drive you to do something new. And go for it. Yes, it's Monday. Today's a great day to start going after goals. But you don't have to wait. Maybe start tomorrow if you didn't have one today. And that's awesome. You can go after your goals any day of the week. But you just keep going. And you know what? To be perfectly honest, you're probably not going to hit your goal the first day. Unless your goal's like, I'm going to start today. And hopefully you hit it. You might hit it. You might not even hit it within a week. But it's that consistency. You take those small steps every day. One step closer, one step closer, one step closer, one step closer. Doing those daily tasks with your goals. That's going to help you reach them. And it's going to take time. It's going to take commitment. It's going to take some hard work, no matter what it is. But you will reach those goals. That's the theme, really, that you'll notice this week through any the memes that we post on Jones and to Get Fit page. It's something I really live by now. I'll tell you, when I was younger, I did not at all think that way, and I thought it was hogwash. Didn't believe any of it. But I'm telling you, it makes such a huge difference when you really get focused and know that it's not going to come easy, but it will help, and you will get there. You really will. Okay, our squash, our sweet potatoes are cooking really well. Those extra herbs in there smell great. I have a little water here. I'm just going to add about 2 splashes worth to help steam them up. You should see the steam come up right away. Try not to keep your face over it, hands over it. It's hot, it's steam, it burns, believe it or not. So I've done it because stupidity, but you'll make it. So be smart. 1 splash, 2 splash. You can see it's starting to steam up a little bit. I don't know if you can see. I can see a little bit of steam. Water's still. There's a second one that falls. Oh. And a third one. I can save the third one. No, don't save me. Yep. You're going in my belly later. And all that water is going to do, it's going to steam up. Although it's sitting in the pan now, it's still steaming, and it's going to help cook those vegetables and starches, right? Or sweet potato and squash just a little bit faster as we're going in here. It'll be a very colorful dish, as in like 2 or 3 tone, with the salmon being all beautiful and cooked, and then our squash. It's going to be amazing. So we still have, honestly, about, when do I put that in there? 5 or so minutes here before I check the salmon. So it takes a little bit of time. This meal is not necessarily a super fast meal because, again, salmon takes about 20-25 minutes to cook, and you saw we have a little prep time beforehand. And the squash and sweet potatoes take a little time. They work really well together, so I suggest first things first, if I was making this meal, first prep your squash and your sweet potato. So whether you already have them diced up or you wait to cut them up till when the salmon's in there, but at least get them peeled right beforehand. Cut up that squash, peeled, and gut it, and so you're ready to chop it up at the time. Then get your salmon set, throw it in, then start cooking, just like I did, your sweet potato and squash here. If you wanted to, you could add some more veggies. Anything from your garden would be amazing in here. You could add broccoli if you want. I'd add a little bit heartier vegetables in here. You could do peppers and onions and those other veggies in here. It'd be great. I'm just thought we'd do a little more colorful style with the sweet potatoes and the squash. Plus, super healthy. Yay! Ooh, it smells amazing. You smell the salmon cooking in there. It's nothing quite like eating fresh, eating healthy food. Stuff that whether you catch it from a healthy source or you hunt and you harvest it and get in the food is amazing. But even if you don't do that, that's okay, right? Maybe you go to the store, right? Get the healthiest, get the natural meats, proteins, vegetables that you can afford to, right? Some of us are doing this on a budget. I'm on a budget, right? But years ago, I was even on a tighter budget than I am now with this. So I had to compromise. You had to think, well, okay, what can I do to eat as best as I can within my means? And so you got to think about it and think, okay, well, maybe I really want to eat organically, but I just can't afford it. Well, what can you do to solve it? Like maybe eat some of these more natural ones, or have this instead of that, right? It's finding that balance so that when hopefully you become more financially able to, you can start doing a little bit more with it. And just keep eating healthier and getting more and more. Now, if you are able to have a garden, or you like gardening, that helps you out a lot, especially in fall, so that it saves that expense of the vegetables. And could be fruit, depending, but vegetables. That helps a lot. Same with hunting and fishing and stuff like that. That can help save some costs at times, but you still have it. Beautiful. So, see what you can do a little bit at a time. And one of my friends was talking about meal prepping and how he does it. He's on the road all the time. He's a pilot, and so he's traveling all the time. He has like 4 days on and like 3 days off or something like that. I might have the schedule messed up, but in any case, he's gone. So he preps all of his meals beforehand. He knows what he's going to have. He makes big batches of it, and then so his big batches, and then he preps it out and puts it into meal-sized containers so he could take it with him on the road. He's set to rock and roll then. That's how you set yourself up for success if you're busy. If you have a crazy week, if you have a busy job like he is or traveling, you prep for success. Kind of like the goals, right? He knows he has this thing, he knows he has to eat healthy to reach his goals. So what does he do? He plans ahead. He plans a meal. And he does it one day, and then he stays consistent with it throughout the week. It's making those steps. Alright, this is cooking real nicely in here. Let me bring you a little closer here. Show you what this looks like as it's cooking. Because it's delicious. So you can see it still has a beautiful color. I don't know if you can smell it through our wonderful Facebook Live Smell-O-Vision. But it's delicious. Yes, it is. Alright. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes or so for the salmon. You're going to want 20 to 25 for this recipe. We got a thicker cut of salmon. You saw the fillet. Fresh again from Saturday because it was amazing. Such an epic battle with this fish. Oh my goodness. It took me, well, it wasn't like hours. It was minutes. But still, I fought the fish for minutes, landing from the kayak. Not the biggest fish I caught as far as length goes. Maybe that 49-inch muskie was heavy. It was 16 pounds, 33-inch salmon, king salmon from the kayak. Awesome. It definitely makes me want to go out there again and target these species because, wow, that was so much fun. I had one peel all the line off my reel. I kid you not, no, it just didn't like take all my line, you know, like, oh yeah, look, it took all the way to my backing. No, it spooled me completely I have 0 line left on that reel. It was crazy. All right, as I said, it's been roughly about 20 minutes here. We're going to take a peek at our salmon. Oh. All right, the center doesn't quite look done, but let me show you what it looks like here. You're going to want it to be white and a little bit flaky. So you can see right in the center there, it's a little not quite done yet in the thicker part, but that's all right. We'll give it another 5 minutes, but the edges are nice and white. Could be the cheese melting on it, and it looks delicious. So we're gonna close it up and give it another 5 minutes. We can see if it's flaky yet on one side. Like other fish, where you want it to be super flaky, right? You still want that meat in there. It's that meaty fish. I'm gonna shut off our squash and all that. You don't want it to be super flaky, but you want it to be cooked all the way through. So it's good for you. And everybody does it a little differently. Everyone has their own styles of how cooked they like their salmon. I dropped another one! But for me, I like mine cooked all the way like that. So again, we're going to give it a good 25 minutes here. So we got like 4 or 5 more minutes and we'll be set. But this is it. This is the recipe. We're going to pop that out. I'm going to cut it in half, add some, put it on a plate, add veggies. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be delicious. This is the Jones and the Get Fit live cooking show. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. It's going to be so good. Thank you so much for joining us. I try keeping these shows roughly about 30 minutes, so we've gone a little bit over, and it's almost done. So what I'll do, just for you all, is I will take a picture of it once we get it out and plated. I'll take a picture of it plated and add it to the comments below on the Facebook page. If you're watching this on YouTube, just check out our Facebook page, and you can search through our video search. You can go on Facebook Watch, right, their video thing, and look up and see, do like cooking, Jonesin, and salmon. And you should be able to find this episode up, and you should be set to rock and roll, and look at those pictures below. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support watching the show. Share this with your friends, with your family. If you're a fisherman, if you're a hunter, if you're just a person looking to eat well and want healthy recipes like these, we have over 50. Thank you. Like it, subscribe, share it with people. Go check out our YouTube page. That's how you subscribe to the YouTube page, or like our like page on Facebook. That works too. And so subscribe to our YouTube page. We got lots of cool things, a lot of fishing videos drop out there, healthy fitness tips and all those crazy things, cooking shows, healthy foods, brought to you by me, Spencer Jones of Jones and to Get Fit. So if you're Jones and to get healthy, be ready, be on top of your game. So you chase your passions to the max. Be sure you are following what we're doing, and offering suggestions or ideas or helpful hints or questions, because we're here to be helpful, to help you succeed. Go after your goals. That's what I'm doing. All right, folks, chase your passions to the max this week. Enjoy it. Eat well, eat healthy, be healthy. We will catch you all later.